Alrighty, on this video I might be a little bit, guys, on this video I'm going to be going over how to get images to load into your program. So from a text file you've loaded in something into your array, and how when you select different things will different images be displayed in a label. Or we're using a swing container, so we're just going to be working with a JLabel swing container. You'll see here that we have three images here that I've got a knife and a teacup. But now you'll see I've also got another tin cup over there. Now you'll see this one is a JPEG. Now I would suggest you keep to the same naming convention. And work from there. The problem is if you have this .jpeg, you can't just work from names on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start off by highlighting these. Sorry, I'm backtrack it all. Alright, I've got a program set up with multiple different, so Dagger of Wrath, cheese grater, teacup. So let's say for example we select teacup, we want the teacup picture to be displayed down here, and if I select Dagger of Wrath, we want the Dagger of Wrath to be selected down there. So what I'd suggest you do is you name your files exactly what it looks like there. So teacup should be T space cup, and it would be small cases. You would also make sure that it is the same casing. So when I press play and I've got the teacup here, I'd make sure that the teacup here, teacup all small letters, is the same casing as here. So we can just be sure of that. This is one way of doing it anyway. There are other ways. So teacup, teacup. And then for the dagger, it's Dagger of Wrath. Bad naming conventions because it's different. So it's Dagger of Wrath .jpg for that one. Once we've done that, we're going to create a area that will allow me to where the images will come in from. So I'm going to copy them from here, and inside my actual project folder, inside the source, you see I've got my Pacman package. I'm going to create a new folder called the images. So this is the images for the program, and I'm going to paste it into here. So I've got them within the same directory. Potentially if you wanted to create an upload area, that's a tutorial for another game a day. If you want to allow users to upload and that kind of stuff, that's a tutorial for a different time. For now I'm talking softly because there's a test being written elsewhere, not too far from here. So we've got the images in here. Now what you can check is if I go to my properties in my label, there's an option of choosing an icon here. So if I go to the three dots here and I choose my package images, you'll see that it gives me the option of adding teacup or whatever image that's there. Now to my understanding, I think there's even ways that you can set it out so that the sizing of it, you'll have to be worried. You will need to Google this and figure it out, but I think you can maybe get it to stretch, or you might want to use a different component from a label, but the theory can be the same with regards to this. I'm going to now go into the source application of this, and I'm going to go down to my generated code, and I'm going to take a look at how the computer added the picture. And if I go down to the picture, which would be what did I call that item? I called it there we go, here it is. So it says LBL so I can actually literally just copy that code. Now I created a method called display pic, which will run every single time that this combo box changes, and the event that I did that in is through item state changed. So event item state changed. When the user selects a different item there, the new item will be displayed. So I'm going to paste it in there. Now obviously this isn't the image that we want to display. We want to display the exact same path as that, but instead of teacup here, we want to display what the weapon name is .teacup. So we can actually just go here and say combo weapon 2 is the name of my combo box .get value. So all I'm doing then is I'm getting the get a selected item. So then we'll just get the selected item's name .jpg. So I'm just changing the image to view that. Now this potentially should work. It should be as easy as that. So let's just see what happens here if we do run it, and let's see what happens if it works. Okay, so first it starts with the teacup. Obviously you wouldn't want that to be. You would want to load, you would put the code in just to make sure what is the first selected weapon, and you would play that. So let's go and choose dagger. Program broke. Okay, so null pointer exception image icon this location dot location. Okay, so it doesn't find that, so that's a bit problematic. What we should obviously be doing is we should be putting this in a try catch so it doesn't terminate the whole program. We don't have the same issue. I think there's probably a better way of doing that. So in this case, I should have probably done this from the get-go, and I'm sorry for not doing it from the get-go. I'm going to separate these things out. I'm going to make a different levels here, and we're working it from I don't know actually why I've called you, and I'm just going to put this inside that try catch area. Yeah. So now that I've added that into the try catch, you'll see there that now I can enter the catch and I can go and print out the error. So I'm going to go site could not load image, and I could then actually print out the path of the image. The path is on the, let me put that on the outside of the try because it's not going to allow me to do it inside the catch there. Okay, so I can then print out the path, and then I can print out the \n, and then I could print out the actual error message as well. So plus e dot get message. So we can see what is going wrong, and we can see the path, so we can get more details of what the issue is and why it's not loading. So now we're going to close this and rerun it. So now when I choose teacup, no error. When I choose dagger of wrath, could not load null. So the exception is null. It's referring to dagger of wrath .jpg. So this might have to do with my naming conventions. Dagger of wrath .jpg. Oops. Let me go back to here. Dagger. My bad. I don't know which spelling is right, but anyway. So now it should actually work if I now close this and rerun it. Looks like it was just my spelling, so this is why it's important to ensure the spelling, but it's a good idea to set it out like this so you can see any errors along those lines. So now if I go dagger of wrath, there's a dagger of wrath. If I choose teacup, there's a teacup. So it switches between it, so I can use it from what has been selected. Obviously these ones I don't have the images of. So what you could do is you could have a default image, like if in a try catch, instead of doing that you could just load a default image of whatever you want. So like if it was a random picture of a weapon or a grayed out weapon or something. Okay, I hope this video helped. Yeah.